What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the very famous Tuah podcast. And I just filmed the run for the podcast for yesterday's run, but now I'm going to do today just so I don't get behind on the uploads. And today, bro, I'm telling you, today was like one of the best runs of my life, I think. Like, definitely the best run that I've ever had, at Mizzou, without a doubt. The best run I've had here. The weather was awesome. It was mid to high 50s, t-shirt, shorts. I even took my shirt off right before I started, and I just used it as a sweat rag. Obviously I wasn't just gonna leave it in the bush, but I took it off and just kind of tucked it into my shorts, and it worked really well. So it was just an absolute just really good day, and I was able to go a lot earlier in the day too. I ran at I think I ran at 3 o'clock instead of usually my 6 or 7. Sometimes yesterday I ran at I got done with my run at 6:20, and by that time today I was showered, and I stretched and did core stuff, and I took breaks in between doing them too. I got distracted just a little bit in between them, but I showered and did all that stuff, and it was by the time I was done with all that stuff, I even shaved too. By the end time I was done with that stuff, it was I was I was done with that stuff earlier than I finished my run yesterday. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. When I got done with all my stuff, it was 6:08, and I finished my run at 6:20 yesterday. So I did all that stuff by that time that I would have finished my run yesterday. So that was really cool, and I just I just got a lot more done in the evening. I went and did some dishes, and then got a little distracted, but then I didn't do dishes. I did dishes before, but I got showered really early, and made my bed because I had to change the sheets out, and I went shopping, and I was going to pick up Pancheros, but I decided to come back and make tacos myself, which was a good idea. Anyways, about the run, my pace was absolutely cooking. I'll put it up on the story, the Snapchat story, but I think I started with an 8:50, and then I got down to 8:40, and then an 8:30, and then an 8 flat, and then a 7:50, and then I don't know. Here, hold on. I'm gonna check right now. Hold on. All right, sorry. I just want to check what my pace was. Those paces were, but I went from an 8:55, then to an 8:50, then to an 8:46. Then I kind of plateaued a little bit. I did 8:33 and then 8:32, so it was only a second faster. But then my last split was at 7:56. I just casually did. It wasn't casual because it was kind of hard because I've been pushing. I wasn't full on pushing, but I had some good songs going at the end, and that kind of helped me push through. But my pace was it just felt good. It felt really good that when I was started with the 8:50s and the 8:40s, it did not feel that hard. I talked in here or something that even when I tried to slow down, I would just I would stop thinking about slowing down, and then I would just be at the pace that I was before I tried slowing down. I'd still be going the same speed. Wait a minute, I thought I just slowed down. Why am I going faster again? So my pace was just absolutely crazy. I did have to retie my shoes twice. One time was after I did my stretch routine, and that one was I did the entire stretch routine. The cross country guys aren't I did the entire thing. I did the stuff that we usually do on the walls, but then I also did the stuff when we do on all fours, the kicks and whatnot. I did the entire stretch routine, and I think that definitely helped just a little bit. So then I did retie my shoes after I did that one, and then I'll talk about the second where I did it the second time. Let's see what else. Got the iPod fully working. I eventually figured it out last night, how to get all the songs onto here. Because I just ended up deleting all the songs already on there and just re-adding everything from the playlist, so I didn't have to select individual ones. So I got that figured out last night, so that was good to have that figured out. I didn't have to worry about running with my phone or anything. What else? My headphones were bugging out a little bit, at least at the beginning. The left one was a lot louder than the right one, and it almost felt like the right one was dead. and I would take the left one out and it'd still be playing. So that was weird, but I think kind of like fixed itself out towards the end, or just like as I went on with the run. Let's see. I don't know what that was. I retied my shoes at like my 3 to 4 mile split, like, you know, where like I've talked about it before. It's like it's a crosswalk, and if I go left and I do my route, that'll be 3 miles. But if I go straight and I'll run all the way around, that'll be and then I take the left, it'll be the 4 miles. So that's why I retied my shoes there, because I was having some feet pain, and I retied them and they were completely fine. So that was really good. This run, I only took stops at crosswalks, like the stop that I took yesterday. I didn't take that one. I wanted to. I started slowing down, acting like I wanted to, but then I was like, you know what? I got to keep going. Just got to keep pushing through it. And that. And then, there was this annoying-ass girl that was walking, and she was, like, swerving back and forth. I thought she was, like, trying to decide which, like, side to go on. But then I run by her, and I see that she's looking at her phone, and she's, like, literally going back and forth. Like, she started drifting right, so I was like, oh, I'm going to pass her on the left end. Then she started drifting left, I was like, oh, I'm going to pass her on the right. Then as I started passing her, she even started drifting right again. I'm like, bro, can we not walk with our phones? And that was another thing, too, about, like, the runs around the track. Like, people would just stare at their phones as they're walking, which is kind of weird. Like, they think, I mean, yes, they're getting exercise, but, like, they're just, like, doing this while they're walking. And it's just a little annoying, but... And she was annoying, too. It was just like, pick a side, please. I got to, like, the split, and I knew I wanted to do more than just 4 miles, and I couldn't decide how to do that, so I had Julia help me decide. And I texted her, pick A or B, and A was I do a different extensions, B was I do the 4 mile loop again. And even if she told me that B was to do the loop again, even if she said B, I probably would have gone with A, just because I wanted to try something different. So I don't know why I really asked her, but I still appreciated, like, her giving her opinion, and I mean, I guess it did kind of help, but because I did sit there for like a good 2 or 3 minutes trying to decide, and it helped a little bit. And it's safe to say that was a good decision, because she told me to do A, which was the extension, so I'd do my regular loop and then I added an extension afterwards. There was like this cute little puppy, well, not a puppy, it was a cute dog. He was like walking with like 5 other girls, like humans, not other girl dogs, but he had like this giant stick in his mouth, and you could tell like how happy he was. He was just like completely smiling, and like I ran by him with a little smile, and I should have said something. I just kind of awkwardly smiled as I ran by, which is a little weird, but I don't know, it was just really cute. It wasn't just like a little tiny stick. It was a pretty big stick. Like, it was like he was like leaning towards one side of the sidewalk. That's how big it was for him, which is really cute. Let's see what else. I kind of talked about how my shoes, I kind of expecting them that they get dirty. They're white shoes, and that's muddy. So most of the sidewalks are still closed, so I have to do my like weird extensions, and I do the weird crossings. Like, I have to go across, and then I run on I have to run on the left side, and then I have to cross a little road, and then I have to take another right around. Or not another right. I have to take a cross, and then I have to go across again, and that gets me back on the usual side of the sidewalk, and which is a little annoying, but it was really cute. There was like a couple that was walking, and they saw me coming, and they got completely over the other side, which I really appreciated. What else here? Okay, what else here? Okay, so now we're gonna talk about like the extension that I did. So like usually, I did like my usual 4.5 mile loop. But then instead of like turning right into my dorm, I went past it, and then I started running like I was gonna go towards the trail. And I knew I wasn't gonna run on the trail because I saw the trail earlier this morning, and it was still pretty snowy, so I knew I wasn't gonna run on it. But I took the route. If you guys remember the one run that I talked about where I was gonna run on the trail, but then it was like too icy, so then I turned around and went back. I used the route that I took, the route that I took to get back on to like my campus route. Like I did on that run, I kind of used that, and I was getting into like one of the turns, and I was like starting to slow down to take a break. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep pushing even though I'm tired, but I knew I wanted to do more, and that's kind of what I did for my add-on. I just kind of went past the trail and just did what that route was. But instead of continuing on my route like I did the last time, I took a right instead of going straight to go back, kind of go reverse, do the reverse part of some of my route. And right before I took that turn, I took a break for like 5 seconds, but I was like skipping through songs because I wasn't getting a good one, and then I got a good one, and I literally started getting chills as I was running. I was like, okay, we can keep doing this, we can keep pushing. And it turns out I was going faster than like even though I was feeling tired running like an 8:30, I was going faster than what I was before. And I could have kept pushing, but I backed it down just a tad. I was running like an 8 flat, but I backed it down just a little bit. What else here? Like one of the final crosswalks that I had to cross got in the way of my groove just a little bit because there was a truck that was going. I didn't have a good song going either, so he was gonna like telling me to go, but then I was trying to skip through my song, so I told him to go. So that got in the middle of my groove just a little bit, but I was still able to push through. Like once I got a good song, I was able to push at the very end. I got Fire On Up, and I talked about that one in the other video, but so I got that song, and that helped me push through. What else here? Oh yeah, I saw somebody get pulled over, like as I was turning down the road that my dorm is on. I saw a cop car and I pulled somebody over. And earlier in the run, I saw a cop like get called to something because like he was driving normally, and then I saw him turn his lights on. And I kept like kind of turning around trying to see where he was going. I don't know if it was like for that car because the way that he was going, he wasn't going towards my dorm, he was going away from it. So I don't know if that was the same cop or not. I don't know like if the guy was like trying to run from him or something, but oh, and another thing too, when I was doing my add-on, like I went past my dorm the first time, there was this one girl that was walking, and she didn't like just get over to one side of the sidewalk and continue walking. She literally got up onto the like this little hill. She literally got up onto the grass and stopped walking so she could let me by, and so I really appreciated that one. I'm trying to think of anything else. I still had to do a little bit of an add-on at the end. Like I was getting towards the entrance of my dorm, and I was at like 0.8, so I went a little bit farther back, and then I turned around, and that got me my full 6. But overall, running is just like freaking awesome. I had a lot of serotonin running through my body after that run. And I did my full, I think I talked about it, I did like my full post stretch routine that like I usually do. And I even did a little core routine too that I found online that I've been starting to do. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up. I know this one's a little long too. Today was just a good run. I mean, yeah, that wraps it up for this one too. Peace out, guys.